So anyway, yeah, she wanted to go see the capitalism movie. What is it? Capitalism, a love story, or something like that. Can't remember now. Anyway, Michael Moore movie, and I wanted to go see Zombieland. Capitalism, a love story, isn't it what it's called? So, and I feel guilty because I should go. I should want to go see the Michael Moore movies. Sorry, Louis Origi, Whiskey Man, you know, and I think I'll try to get around to seeing it. Maybe I'll go see it on a weekday. And but I needed some escapism, and I'll tell you, for escapism, what a great movie. And the woman that should not be mentioned really enjoyed it too. You know, she was laughing at some of it. She was laughing at the absurdity. And so, you know, I've sort of talked about, like, you know, doing a good movie review is really hard. You have to do some work, put some work into it. I've sort of told some people. I've said that before. And so don't consider this quite a real movie review. But I did write down the names of the people in the movie, Zombieland, with Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson and Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin. Now, the reason I'm not pronouncing their names right, I hope I'm getting those right. The reason why I had to write the names down, because I was really struck by Emma Stone. Whoa, the eyes on that woman. Oh, young woman. But what a neat movie. I mean, it's sort of it combines the road picture, the buddy picture, romantic comedy, with the zombie movie. And there's people have written about the zombie movies over the years. I guess the most famous one, I guess, is probably Night of the Living Dead. But there was a movie a long time ago with and my movie friends will probably have something to say about this. But if I'm not mistaken, Bela Lugosi in White Zombie, which, to be honest, I've never really seen. I do mean to see it someday, but I understand it's a classic. And White Zombie, referring to, I think it's a woman that becomes a zombie, and she's probably in Haiti somewhere. And but there's been talk about the social significance. Basically, the zombie movie is an art form. Each time the movie is redone, it sort of makes some statement about the current state of affairs. And if Zombieland is any sort of a indicator, it's sort of like this feeling that our country's falling apart in some way. There's a little bit in that, you know, and there's sort of every man for himself, or herself, and but then again, you know, pulls through with those American, you know, traits, you know, independence and perseverance, and ingenuity. Good old Yankee ingenuity for you Southerners. I'm going to be unmerciful a little bit, like I've never heard of Southern ingenuity. No, we'll get the slaves to do it. All right. So anyway, yeah, those things, like, you know, it was a really good movie. It was really good escapist. I don't want to talk too much about it and give too much away, because there's some nice surprises in there, and it was great. I really liked it. And the woman that should not be mentioned really liked it too, surprisingly. I'm glad she changed her mind, because the reason why the Michael Moore film, it was basically a time thing, is that we would have had to wait, like, to find something else to do till the Michael Moore movie started, because the theater that we agreed on that we wanted to go to. So enough about that. But and you know, and the two main characters, Woody Harrelson and the Jesse Eisenberg character, you know, hey, I'll be honest, I related to the Jesse Eisenberg character, you know, who was a very nervous type guy. Woody Harrelson was the complete opposite, but you have to give him credit. Both of them, their survival skills worked for them. You know, the sort of anal retentive rule checking that the younger college Jesse Eisenberg's character has, these rules that he follows, and was keeping him alive, and the fact that he was such a loner. I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but he was his personality worked for him in this scenario, and sort of like where he was a loser or could have been a potential loser in a normal America, in Zombieland, he's actually persevered quite well. Here, I'm pulling for Zombieland, man. Bring it on. Oh, of course, there's the wonderful previews. This movie 2012, oh man. The preview for that, it's just crazy. I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah, it's just crazy. Just special effects. I had to stop myself again. I need a license to say her name. Just get it over with, because she gets so mad at me. She gets so mad at me that if somebody knows her name. So anyway, yeah. So Zombieland. Yeah, in this movie 2012, I was starting to say that she even said she would like to see that movie just for the special effects. But the special effects were like this so crazy. They're like driving this limo through Los Angeles. It's falling apart, like just cataclysm. And I'm watching, there's like, no way could anybody escape that. There's no way. And yet they do. They keep driving through LA. And then they make it to the airport. And as the plane's pulling away, the runway's collapsing into the ground. And then as they're getting up into the air, they're dodging buildings that are falling. Oh, man. So over the top. And you know, YouTube, there's all kinds of 2012 conspiracy stuff out there that's going to be the end of the world. Yada, 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 yada. Yeah. Line them up in FEMA camps. And, well, you know, for me, citizenkong, I welcome the benevolent New World Order. See, there's two New World Orders fighting it out. There's the evil New World Order, which we don't want anything to do with. I don't. And that's usually what people are referring to when they think about it. But there's a benevolent New World Order that they don't know about, that they don't seem to understand, that is potentially could be there. So, and I'm all for it. Cheers. That's going to give you a lot of grief. I know it. Yeah, you watch. I don't know. Drinking hot coffee, does it quite work for Fez Night? I don't know. So did my movie review, and I talked about my day. Oh, real quick, I saw Buster. It was like seeing a ghost. I'd really given him up for dead, and I went out behind the apartments, and there he was. And there's some other cats that look like him, so I had to really look, make sure it was him. And it was him, all right. But he won't come to me. He's reverting back into his wild state. And I don't know whether to start putting food out again for him, because the possums and the raccoons were eating it and he wasn't touching it. And so I don't know what to do, but he looked fairly okay. I couldn't get close enough to him to see if his skin was all right. And his teeth were bad. There was something going on with his teeth. I think he lost a tooth or something. And his mouth looked okay. But see, the funny thing about cats is they don't show pain. In fact, a cat can be in a lot of pain and they won't show it. It's sad. Sad for me. Sad for people that like cats. Of course, there's people in the world that hate cats because they're not loyal like dogs.